Hi, my friends. Happy Friday again. My life seems to go from Friday to Friday. I don't know why. It goes so fast, right? Who is feeling like time has sped up? I feel like we should be in like starting 2024 still. And we're in the middle of 2026. It's crazy to me. But that's another discussion for another day, right? Today, we're going to talk to Axel about raising your vibration. And you know, I just wanted to pull out this wisdom oracle cards, which I absolutely adore. This from Colette. Anything that Colette puts out, I'm picking up. But I think this is my favorite deck of all of them. It's just so, I don't know, accurate, on point. It's just fantastic. This is fantastic. Anyhow, so we're gonna pull a couple cards and see what messages Axel has. All right, let's do GCP real quick. All right. Hmm. This is very interesting. Okay. So and the first card I got is Yang, which is number one, and it's masculine energy. And what he's saying to me is because we need to make a choice. We need to make a choice, a conscious choice to raise our vibration. He's saying that um that there are some things that you know that raise our vibration naturally, right? But it still comes with a choice. For example, um petting your pets, but you have to make the choice of having a pet and caring for a pet and sitting down and petting your pet or playing with your pet. Same with children. When you play with children, so that's what he's saying, that there's a series of choices that we make. But in a regular life, there are some things that naturally raise our vibration. Play in any form, he's saying. So play with a child, play with a pet, or pet an animal. Even just sitting down and petting them is really grounding, and grounding raises your vibration. And he's saying that for, okay, slow down, slow down. He's spitting out messages too fast. Um, So people sometimes, yes, people sometimes question me when I talk about grounding because they say, but I want to go up spiritually. Yes. Think about uh, a big building. To have a taller building, you have to have a deeper foundation so it doesn't tumble. It's the same with spirituality. You have to, the grounder you are, the higher you can go. Also remember, okay, also remember that you're here to be as a human being. So yes, we want you to connect, but for the majority of your time, we want you to be in the 3D and present in your life. So going back to this, so we need to make conscious choices to raise our vibration for that to be able to work. And it's not about doing it one time, it's about being consistent. Consistent. It's better, it's better to do 5 minutes of consistent work than 3 hours. Right. Okay. Yeah, I've said that many times. So it's not the amount, it's the consistency, is what he's saying. And I've said this many times that, like when you're doing meditation, don't do a 3 hour meditation every 6 months. Do a 5 minute meditation every day, and that's way better for you. Okay. It's the consistency. All right. So you have to make a conscious choice, and that's masculine energy. Okay. Um, to do this. Okay. It has to become like part of your lifestyle. Okay. It has to become a lifestyle choice. And it's going to be like a new beginning. It's gonna be like a rebirth every day. Okay, every day. Uh, Raising our vibration. But it's stackable, it's buildable, it's buildable, right? It's buildable. So as long as you're consistent, it's going to continue to build up. And there are gonna be some days where your energy is gonna, go down, your vibration is gonna go down, all that, yes. But if you start off with a higher vibration, the deep is not gonna be as deep when, yeah, unless something tragic happens. But and even then, you're gonna still feel stronger if you have built that strong foundation. Okay. Um, okay. So the second card that I got was to the sea, and this is the number 7. And number 7 is a chariot, and I always do tarot. Um, so 7 is a chariot, which is moving forward, right? So to move forward, and this is also moving forward, right? It's odd to see that the boat is moving forward. It's going to the right, so it's moving forward. When you go to the left, it's moving backwards. So it's moving forward. But what he's saying is that we need to go deep into our emotions. Water in tarot spiritualism is emotions, feelings and emotions. So you have to go deep into your emotions. Okay, to bring out the stuff. So yeah, so the other thing, the other thing that he's saying is you need to do that kind of work. You need to do the shadow work. You need to pull up what um what bothers you, what triggers you. Okay, and he's saying this is something that is important to notice when you've been triggered by something, when those things, yeah, those things. I'm sorry, I'm having this conversation. Uh, those things that really bother you, okay? that you're like, why does that bother me? I know that that's not important. Why does it bother me? There's something deeper than that there. Okay. And I have an example. And I haven't thought about this in years. So I'm gonna be doing shadow work right here with you. So I remember when my husband and I first got married, we lived in an apartment, really beautiful apartment, in Virginia. And that apartment was in Virginia. It doesn't matter, in Virginia. And we had blinds, right? Vertical blinds. And vertical blinds were like rounded, right? Like a little concave. So if you close them in one way, they look like that, and then the other way like that, right? So they will stack against each other like that. And the other way, it was like that. And it looked weird because it was wrong. So I will close them and put them in the right direction, right? With the curvature towards the window. And my husband sometimes would just, you know, close them and do them, and it would be like whatever. And that would, and every time I was like, why does that bother me so much? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But why does it bother me so much? Now, looking back, and I haven't thought about this in, I don't know, 30 years. Um, why would that bother me so much? It's about control. It's about control. I wanted him to do things the way that I did them, and he wouldn't. Not on purpose, you know, because, if he knew it was so important to me, he would have, maybe not, I don't know. But it's about, because this is not about him, it's about me, right? It's about control. It's about control. And one of the things that is really hard about spirituality is to surrender. And surrendering means let go of control. Because you don't control anything but your thoughts, your words, and your actions. That's it. You can sort of kind of control your children for a little bit. Kind of sort of, because kind of sort of. That's it. That's it. So we need to let it go. We need to let it go. And you know what? When we let go of control, it's like, because then it's not my responsibility anymore. And I got enough responsibilities in this life. Enough. I don't need any more. And that raises your vibration. Thank you, Axel. So, yes, you need to go deep into your emotions. I was wondering where you were going with this, because whatever triggers you is a mirror. There's something, it's not about the other person, it's something that is deep within you. And you need to go look at that so you can, sometimes even having the awareness of what it is will solve it. Is that what you're saying? Okay. So sometimes, not all the times, hopefully, a lot of your things will be like that, because dang, that's easy, right? Just having the awareness, boom, it's solved. I understand, I see it, it's solved. A lot of things are not going to be that easy, okay? But looking at them, searching for them, looking at them, bringing them up and into your awareness is half the battle won, okay? So remember, everything we do spiritually is not about the outcome, it's not about the end goal, it's not about perfection, it's about the process. So as long as you are consciously doing it, taking steps to, that's what counts. Boom. And there you go. I love it. Thank you, Axel. I love that. All right. So there you go. Something else that was not on my talking points about raising your vibration. Thank you so much. All right. So another thing to think about, because this is truly important, okay? Truly, 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 truly important. It's gonna impact a lot of aspects of your life. Uh, to know your triggers. It's gonna tell you a lot about you and some of the things you're not aware of. Okay? Awesome. Have a journal, write them down, because that is going to give you something to look back and to see how much you have grown, and revisit things that you may have forgotten, and or you thought that you have already solved. I mean, just having that, just doing the exercise of writing things down, it does something, let me tell you. Have a journal, write them by hand, write them in your computer, have a note, but transcribe the note, have everything in one place, okay? Um, that's gonna be a very, very valuable tool at some point, okay? Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.